Hello and welcome to the Bike Show, and an episode that is going to celebrate a story of South African heroism, ingenuity, grit and determination.
A couple of months ago, we did a feature on a group of engineers that were mad enough to build their own motorcycle engine. More than that, they decided to build a 500cc two-stroke single like we used to get in the old days. They designed everything on computer and had all the parts 3D printed in plastic to see if it would work. Eventually, it all fitted together, and they then machined the real parts. They then fitted this engine to a KTM 300 Enduro chassis. Even more than that, they decided to challenge their prototype engine by entering it into one of the toughest races in the world, the Roof of Africa Enduro in Lesotho. 7 months later, the bike started. Another month after that, they lined up on the start line with their bike, the Matjien PZ 490, with Rimpies Pretorius on the saddle. But it wasn't all plain sailing.
There was some blow-by on the piston, and that's due to Rimpies treating it too much like his first girlfriend, you know, very soft hands and riding it ring ting ting, ring ting ting. And then when I saw what the barrel looked like inside, I said to him, I told you from the beginning, this is just a motorcycle, ride the thing. This is such a complex thing. I guess the couple of things that we were most concerned about was the jetting caused us some worries. There was a very funny detonation, kind of bang, and this occurred at a place that I've raced two-stroke motorcycles in the 80s for many years, and I raced them hard. Normally you get detonation or pinging, as people sometimes call it, on full throttle. But this thing, just when you shut down the throttle, it would go quah, quah, and it was very disconcerting. And we could get it out with jetting, but then you couldn't ride the thing. So it was sort of a compromise. We had to get it to a place where Rimpies could ride it so that the throttle response from the bottom was good, and where you had to just live with a guah guah and hope that it's going to last.
Look, we did spend a lot of time on the bike, and the team was great, and we spent a lot of late nights getting everything sorted. But there was always my main concern is starting the motorbike. If the battery runs flat or if there's some electrical problem, you don't have a lot of options. The normal 300s or whatever, you've got some options to start the thing, running it down a hill or whatever. This one, the compression is just too high. So if I had a problem in the mountain, the thing not starting, and I'm in between the rocks, then you're gonna have some serious problems. So that was one of my main concerns.
You'd think there would be more to worry about, as this is untried territory. We don't know of any private group of individuals designing and building their own motor and doing something as challenging as the roof. Normally, big manufacturers spend months, maybe even years, and millions of euros on testing new motors before doing anything like this. But here they were. Nonetheless, after 3 days of heat wave conditions and 16 hours of harsh riding, the bike did indeed finish, and it finished well. Out of 230 competitors in the roof bronze class, Rimpies and the PZ crossed the line in 64th.
I think it's inconsiderate to mention it, but he beat both the Binder brothers by quite a substantial margin. They were both on, over-the-counter, very good bikes. They're exceptionally good riders. I've been with Rimpies since he did his first roof in 2004. And I've seen him in all kinds of condition. I mean, 2004, he was knackered. I've seen him come into the pits. I've seen him tired. I saw him tired at the roof this year, but there was something in his stature. He was just so proud, you could see it in his eyes. The way he carried himself, he was tired, but he wasn't tired. And I knew from the first time I saw him coming into the DSP, we're good to go. We're going to make this, and we're going to make this in a good way, and he did.
But what was it like to ride? It is a 500cc two-stroke, and those have a reputation for being savages.
So I think the team, Niels and Koos and all the guys involved did an amazing job to get the bike and the power smooth. It is a 500 two-stroke and it is quite strong, but the engine characteristics was really, really good for what we wanted to do with it. So it was smooth and it was definitely rideable. I don't think you'll get a 500 two-stroke in the mountains. The standard ones like the old CRs or the KX, they are just too wild. So this one was quite smooth, strong, low in torque, so it helped quite a lot. It was really good.
When he came up Bushman's, it was really awesome because he was knackered. And there's a last piece on Bushman's that's sort of hard rock. I mean, it's undulating like hell. And you could hear the other bikes coming through. Wow, 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 wow. And Rimpis just came through there with like, and it just kept on going. I've used the word freight train so many times, but this sounded so much better than a freight train, and it just kept him going all the way to the top. It was beautiful to behold.
And of course, a 500cc two-stroke at the roof caused quite a sensation.
It was great. Everybody was so excited. There was a lot of people coming to talk to us. And I mean, it is something different. It sounds different. It looks different.
It certainly is a beauty, but it takes more than beauty and sound to do the roof. And did it, they did. But are they surprised that it lasted?
No, I was not surprised. I knew that if it was going to go, it was going to go in a big way. We would pick up the spares halfway up the pass, but the homework was done properly. The heart of it, the crankshaft, is built from aerospace material. Took us nearly 3 months to get permission to import that stuff because it is classified. So we knew that the crank was going to be good. And that's the heart of it. You know, if the crank is good, and downstream from that was the set of gears that Piet van Zyl from PVZ Gears designed and had manufactured for us. That was the second concern, but we just decided, listen, this is it. It's either going to last or it's not going to last. Look, from the outside, Rimpis managed it so well that nobody knew, but the evening of when he finished the roof, or that afternoon, he told me about things that happened in the mountain. Lots of small little things, but because he built the thing with his own hands, with my help of course, he knew it inside out. He knew all its little nuances and stuff, and he kept it going. He just kept it going. I don't think there's many other people that would have gotten it over the finish line.
The roof this year was considered one of the tough ones, especially with the heat wave. Even some of the best enduro riders in the world had a hard time of it. However, Rimpis didn't seem to mind, even if everything wasn't perfect.
I must say that the track that we did this year was just amazing. It was long, it was hard, but it was nothing impossible, undoable. So it was really, really nice. The passes were also not that long, so I had chances for the bike to cool down. So it was the detonation, and then the clutch started at some stage to get really, really hot. So I was a little bit concerned about that. I think we need to spend some more time on the cooling. We need to do some changes to the head. I think if we can sort that out, the next thing will be the jetting. Oh yeah, and then the clutch. So Koos did order some additional springs, which we never received. So between that, oh, and the other thing I would do is I would actually try and get the ratios for the sprocket ratio even down more so that it's slower. Because some of the passes, it's just too fast for my riding style. And I had to be on the clutch quite often. So I think that will help to make it more rideable.
And there we have it. A group of South African engineers got together and just for fun designed and built their own 500cc two-stroke engine. And they entered the roof of Africa, finished it, and finished it well, without tears. The fact that this bike even started in the first place is just incredible. But to enter the roof of Africa, finish it and finish it well is an achievement like we have never seen before.
sitting back thinking about the plan that me and Koos made, taking this bike to the roof, it's not the best plan to take a prototype into those mountains. Because there wasn't a few riders that slept in the mountains in the previous years, so it's not that great if you sleep in the mountains. So, but everything worked out well, and the people were amazing. Everybody, all the support, the team, the supporters. So no, it was really, really great. We were really excited.
All kudos to Rimpies, all kudos to PZ490. What a mean machine! It made it in a great way.
It's enough to bring tears to your eyes, isn't it? Passion and perseverance, just for the hell of it. And if I remember what Team Machine said before the roof, this adventure hasn't ended quite yet. There's another part of the dream left to be fulfilled, and that's the possibility of taking a modified version of this engine to the Bonneville Salt Flats in the USA to have a go at a top speed record. If it was anyone else, I'd say it was all just a bit of empty pub talk. But with these guys, that's just not the case, is it? Who knows? Maybe there's still a lot more of the Team Machine story left to be told.